All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. It's time for Sketching the Privateer. I'm your host, the Privateer himself. Knows atmosphere.
Or knock off part of what you guys owe him as a gift.
Sounds like you got something going on there.
Oh,
man.
sorry, Allie's on the phone. I apologize.
Cool. That's all right. That's fine. Yeah, welcome aboard, guys. It's time to get things going here and get to work on my comic book. Joining me today is John Das Wolfen. How you doing?
No, I'm doing good.
He is all set for his beloved Kansas City Chiefs to take on the Miami Dolphins tonight in sub-zero temperatures.
Oh yeah.
I just saw some of the footage from there. It's snowing there now. So
yeah,
I hope it snows all night during that game. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we don't have to pay people to come dig out our stadiums.
Yeah, apparently I was watching, we were discussing the reasons why they might be moving that Pittsburgh Buffalo game. It's the governor. The governor shut down travel in the state. So, yeah, there's no sense in having a game because nobody's going to be able to go. They've shut it down, so that's what's going on there. It's a damn shame. I would have loved to watch them play in a mess. That would have been cool as hell.
Oh yeah. I like snowball games.
Yeah, me too. Shit, that would have been awesome. But yeah, so
they got to stop every quarter and bring out the snow blowers and clean off the lines.
Right. Well, here's a guy that lives up in that area. How's it going there, Christian?
Hey, Christian.
Good day, gentlemen.
Up there we're seeing.
Well, anywhere between 5 inches to a foot.
Yeah.
Depending where you go, like close to your mom's house, Quebec, New Brunswick, they got over a foot. Up here in Ottawa, we got maybe 5-7 inches. Yeah. But, guys, let me honor you and show off.
Hey. Yes, the pop culture minefield with Keith and Gary. Nice. I like it, man.
When I support people and friends, I support them.
Yep. I hear you, brother. Sure I hear you.
We appreciate your support over there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. We just found out that the Pittsburgh Buffalo game is getting moved. So
football.
They're going to do it on Monday. They're not going to do it on Sunday. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. We were discussing it during our show earlier, man. I mean, anybody that has to work that Monday is going to be kind of screwed, But I'm sure they'll call in sick or something. You know what I mean? They're not going to let those playoff games go to wait. The playoff they're not going to let those tickets go to waste. So
There'll be a stream of illness. Who knows? Maybe COVID might make a comeback.
right, it's totally locked down. We're staying home. No, I'm not. I'm going to the stadium, man. What's up? All right, let's see. Let me get this going here so I can clue you guys in on what's going on. Now, if you guys are wondering, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I will show you the process I'm using to do this. But right now, I've got to get my video up and running. What I do is I broadcast the raw feed to Twitch and then show it here. So let me get that up and running here.
So you ready for the Rush show next week, Christian?
Oh, yes. Well, that's what I was doing, guys. I was actually taking a break from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And silly me, you know what I did, right?
Mm-mm.
I opened my big mouth after a few drinks and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have videos. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easier said than done.
Yeah, there's a lot of work involved in that. I would suggest, if you're going to do something like that, to just use YouTube videos and queue them up and have them already where you want them, and do it that way. That's the way I do it. But I guess that 70s rock fan likes to torture himself and download all of them and shit. And I'm like, oh man, you were talking about a lot of memory and server stuff, and yeah, it's craziness.
My daughter, just to show you, I'm a Gen Xer, but trust me, I got a foot in the boomer world.
Right.
And she came and showed me this new app. It like captures your screen, records it. You can have up to 10 clips. You can edit them and everything. It's a wonderful program. So I just go off YouTube and I get a few clips off YouTube.
That's what I do with my phone. When I make these trailers I open the show with and stuff, that's what I do. I use an app like that on my phone. So okay, so the process that I use, guys, hang on a second. Pull up a page here. Now, what I do is I'll take a piece of comic book artboard. Hang on, I'm fixing to make myself a little bit bigger here. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay, so what I do is I've got a drawing board behind me. You see the posters on it up back there, and I sketch these pages. If you look back through the playlist, you'll see me sketching every page you see me working on Procreate. I sketch it out in pencil first, okay, on regular artboard, and then I photograph it. I photograph it, and I put it into a program on my iPad called Procreate. Now, once I do that, I can open a piece of artwork and just start with the drawing itself, like I'm doing with this page right here. And then I draw on top of it. And that's what you're seeing there. You can actually see the sketch underneath as you're working. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do exactly the same thing I sketched. Sometimes I have a different idea. Like if you look at the panel over the second panel right underneath the boat to the left, you see it's a radar screen, but instead of having it straight on the way I drew it, I decided to give it a little bit more action to it and tilt it. So I'm actually going to tilt the radar screen on here, and that's where I left off last time. So the weather isn't really bothering you up there, Christian?
Well, I've been a true and true proud, what's the English word I'm looking for? Very sturdy, strong Canadian for 52 years. Yes, I will never be caught about complaining about the snow or the cold. It goes against my pride.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Well, me personally, I like the cold, but my wife, let me tell you, we used to go see my mom. We used to go see my mom in Alabama every friggin' Thanksgiving. Right. That is no longer the case because she does not want to get trapped up in Maine at this time of year with the snow.
Okay.
So that's why we go in September now.
Nice.
I decided we're going to go in September when the leaves change. You know what I mean?
It's nicer, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm really curious as a Canadian is John's state, Missouri. How's that look in the winter?
Well, today is currently 9 degrees with a wind chill. Right here, our wind chill is -7, so it's not too bad.
Okay. But you're getting snow. You're getting almost like northern, like you're almost getting like New York. I would say New York winters because you get snow down there, right?
Yeah, we don't get that much snow. I mean, we used to get a lot, but nowadays we don't get that much. Just like, for example, this weekend we were supposed to get, it started out 5 to 8 inches, then it went down, it went down, it went down. Then we got basically a dusting.
Okay.
We just have wind and cold right now. But yeah, it's most of our winters are happening like we get occasionally a really bad snowstorm in February.
Okay.
Where, we get, like a foot. But other than that, we don't, most of the winter we don't have snow on the ground.
And when's your last frost in Missouri when you can start planting flowers and tomatoes and stuff like that?
Usually end of March, unless there's something.
End of March. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Us, it's the end of May. We got from May to maybe late September before the first frost. So.
Yeah. End of March, beginning of April is when people start planting stuff around here.
I got some guy I'm following. He's in Kansas. And he's a gardener like me, and he starts planting like you said, end of March, early April. I said, "Wow, you're so lucky! Imagine having a full 2 extra months to grow vegetables and stuff like that. That would be so cool."
Yeah.
And Kansas geographically is close to Missouri, right?
Yeah, it's right next door.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We've got a lot more hills than they do, though.
Oh yeah.
Kansas flat until you get to the last quarter of the state west, and then it starts getting a little hilly. But as it goes up into Colorado.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Up here in Canada, that would be Alberta. If you go straight down, and those are what you start calling the foothills, right? They're not actual the Rockies, but you're getting close.
Yeah.
That's Kansas. And Missouri, you're still in the plains.
Yeah, we're in the plains, and down south we've got the Ozark Mountains, which are no longer technically mountains, but they're still called mountains because at one time they were full-size mountains, but they're the oldest mountains in the United States, in the North American, because they've eroded down so far.
Okay.
But they used to be as high as the Rockies at one point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can tell you this much. I've only driven up there a couple of times, but you drive up through Arkansas, and at the end of Arkansas, right before the Missouri border, is when the fucking up and down hills start. And that's, dude, man, let me tell you, that's crazy right there. That kind of driving. If I was driving an 18-wheeler, I'd be scared to death doing that shit.
Yeah.
Because you can build some momentum on a downhill swing, dude. What.
Well, closer to your mom, Maine, Virginia, West Virginia, that's where the dangerous thing is. Yeah. Once I had too much friction in my brake, and fire caught in my brake trailer.
Oh, no.
Going down a 5-mile grade.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, that's back when I was younger and greener. So,
yeah.
But I used to love running Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky. That was flat. Once in a while, you get a ridge. My truck was open back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I could do 80 miles an hour, I think was the top end on my truck. So I would leave Bowling Green, Kentucky, and just hammer down. I would make Indianapolis in flat 2 hours in an 18-wheeler. And we had rudimentary, back in 95, rudimentary computers on the truck. And it said that my average speed for 2 hours was 75 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yes. And my claim to fame, loading up in Atlanta, Georgia at 3:30 on a Friday afternoon and driving straight up with 2 breaks to Thousand Islands in across New York and Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
I left at 3:30 and I made it to Thousand Islands at 10:30 the next morning, nonstop, no sleep.
Damn, bro.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't do that stuff anymore, though.
No, that's the problem.
They follow you now. They've got what kind of governors do they have on your trucks now?
Regular governors, but they also have electronic logs. So back in the day, I'd have 2 or 3 logbooks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Look at this logbook, officer. I slept. I just slept 10 hours. I've been on the road for 3 days.
Right.
So now everything is related to satellite, and the trucks shut themselves off.
Mm-hmm.
So the computer is so advanced nowadays. So
yeah, my look, when I went up to visit my family this last September, my Uncle Bobby, who runs logging operations up there,
okay,
he told me straight up. He said, "Man, whoever invented the internet needs to be put away." He said it
wow.
drives him nuts, all the stuff they have to do. With that kind of thing now. He said he'd be getting a lot more work done if
you're half an hour away from home, okay?
Yeah.
And you got to park the truck and sleep in your truck because you're out of hours legally. Wow. And now everything is connected to the transmission and the satellite and all that. Like, it's not like you can tinker and say, "Oh, just reset the driver's log" and stuff. It's by the book. So, but I worked for enough fly-by-night companies where I had to detour the weight scales and inspection station. At 52 years old, I'm happy now that it's by the book because I make enough money legally.
Yeah.
I'm not 25 anymore where I got to drive like a madman and go illegally.
Right.
So
I got you.
I'm actually happy for that kind of stuff.
For sure. Yeah, this page is coming along quite nicely. This is the first page of the book. It's setting up the big fight between a Russian Hind helicopter, which is basically a flying tank, if you've ever seen this thing. A Hind helicopter. Okay, if you've seen Top Gun Maverick, that's the helicopter that's trying to take Maverick out on the ground at the end of it, that they blow out of the sky, right? That's a Hind helicopter. Another movie you might have seen it in is the third
Rambo
movie. Yeah, that's the helicopter he's flying in that one.
Well, those technically aren't Hinds; those are mocked up Hinds made from Aerospeciale Gazelles, I think.
Yeah,
of course, John would know that.
Of course he would. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. He can't help himself. But the Hind helicopter is it's basically a flying tank. It's really, it does the job kind of that an A-10 does in the military, in the U.S. military. It's close ground support stuff, and I'm a child of the Cold War. I served in the Army in the Cold War and everything, so I'm going to tend to show a lot of that stuff in here because that's the stuff I know. You know what I mean?
Good job. No, that's good.
Let's see. Okay, so what we want to do now is turn the sketch back on because we're about to do this last panel. Let's see. Let's turn the sketch back on. And I know you guys have heard this, but it bears repeating. One of my favorite bands is Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, and that's what this is a tribute to. This bottom picture here, because if you've ever seen that album cover, this is exactly what it looks like, and it's
nice.
The only thing missing is the guitar stem going through the eye, and that's about it. So let's see how
you escape a copyright lawsuit in the future, there, Joe.
All I have to do is change it 10%.
Okay.
That's all I have to do. All I'm required to do is change it 10%. And I am doing that quite easily.
One thing Christian.
Oh, well, he'll be back. Tends to happen with him sometimes. Let's see. Come on now. Bring it in there. There we go. Okay. Might have to redo that one line, though. That looks kind of oval. I want it to look good. Let's see. Let me get the eraser out. That's a little bit oval. I want that more of a clean line there. Matter of fact, really the best way to do that would be to make a circle and then erase what I was doing, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that. But yeah, hang on, Christian. Let me bring you back in here, buddy. There you go.
All right, that's me being a newbie / rookie, and I'm clicking different things. I'm trying to see the chat or trying to see as if I could see you on YouTube, see how many people are in the chat and all that, and I can't. And I disconnected myself.
Yeah, you're not going to do that on somebody else's. Now you'd see it on mine.
Ah, okay.
You can see actually. You can see up there. There's only one person watching right now, and you should be able to see that. Can't you see that, John? Right there by the time.
No, that we don't see that unless we're. You've got to be a designated.
I got you. Okay.
Manager or log in with
the only way you're going to see it right now is if you go to YouTube or Twitch,
right,
whatever.
Right.
And the by the way, if you are watching on one of these other ones, we're also broadcasting on X and Rumble right now.
So okay,
you can check those individually. Now, I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit of a lesson here. Hang on a second. I still don't like this circle. Hang on. We're going to zoom in on this eye, and I'm going to show you how I make my eyes look so lifelike. We're going to draw the circle. Yeah, there we go. I should have blown this up to begin with.
And I remember in one of your shows, Joe, you said you were taught how to draw eyes. A lot of artists, their problems is eyes.
Yeah.
Unless your name's Rob Liefeld, and then it's feet.
Right. Hey, that's why you never see feet in his pictures. But what I'm doing here is I'm drawing lines into the center like spokes of a tire, a bicycle tire.
Right.
And that's basically, when you look at the iris, take a look at it. That's how it's all individual muscles that shrink up to make it, bigger, to dilate it, or they elongate.
Now,
that's how you can show this.
Are you going to do like The Thing? John Carpenter's The Thing. Some people will have a little light, a shine in it. Some people won't.
Well, mine, you see that circle right there? Hang on just a second. I'll show you. You see the iris, that's what the spokes is. You see the pupil, that's the dark hole. Well, that white circle overlapping it, that's the highlight.
Ah, okay.
I never go inside that. Once it's colored, you'll see what I'm talking about. Of course, I'm not going to color it today, but what we're going to do is go ahead and draw this stuff in real quick. Hang on. Okay, what that is, that's the eye hole for the binoculars he's holding, right?
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my eraser and come in here.
Oh, it's coming now.
That's why I had to. Okay, there you go. See? And the way I make these things lifelike, what you do is I'm usually there's an eyelid there, okay? And the eyelid, of course, because he's shocked, is way up. But the principle still works the same. The light's coming from the top. So if you know about the eye, it's your iris is actually shrunk in underneath the lens, okay? It's kind of concave. You know what I mean? Goes inward. Yeah. Well, that top part's going to be shaded, right? So that's where you put the lines in. As you come down to the bottom, then the light's going to be hitting the bottom of it, right? It's a curve.
Right.
And all you have to do is just take your bicycle spokes as you come down and just make them shorter.
Okay.
And don't draw them all the way in. And down at the bottom, you make them very sparse. You just put a little tick here and there, right? But up here, about the halfway mark, you overlap them like this. So it gives it the illusion that it's lighter on the bottom. Okay.
And somebody taught you that. You took courses, right, Joe?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I want to say about the age of I must have been 12 years old. I took a couple of years of portrait art at the Barnwell Art Center here in Shreveport, Louisiana. And a little girl named Susan Nemo taught me these techniques.
Yep. And you still remember her name all these years later?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, she was a gorgeous little Japanese girl. And she's about 5 feet tall. I've got one picture of her, and it's the day she left to go home to Japan, and we saw her off at the airport. The picture was taken at the airport.
Wow! So you guys were tight, or
yeah? Oh yeah. Well, I was when she left. I was 14 years old, and I was in a class with a bunch of 25 to 35-year-olds.
Yeah.
And yeah, she really enjoyed having me in her class. She was really good too. She actually drew a portrait of me once. And
nice.
Yeah.
John, just so you know, I'm getting a notification. I thought you were chatting with your girlfriend, but no, you're not.
No, I was posting something funny on Facebook.
I know. I just got it. NFL memes.
Yep.
NFL memes are the best, bro. They're funny as hell.
You remember the movie Cool Runnings?
Yeah. With John Candy and a Jamaican bobsled team.
That's what that is. It's one of the guys, Fritz Sanka, the one that has the dreads.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it says Tyreek Hill at Arrowhead, and it's got it's where his dreads broke off because of the cold.
That's what that is. I thought he was smoking something or eating something. Okay.
No, one of his dreads broke off because of the cold.
Got it.
That's funny.
Sorry, I'll be right back. I'm actually cooking a pizza at 50 degrees more than I usually do. So I got to keep an eye on it. So make sure it doesn't go from golden yellow to dark black.
To burnt. Yeah. Gotcha.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny. It's like, yeah, Tyreek's not used to that cold anymore.
No, he's not.
Gotta let it cool down. Oh, John, how were those peppers you showed there that I asked you to put on foodie there? How were they? Were they good?
I'm making them tonight.
Oh, okay. That was just a recipe?
Yeah, it was just the recipe. I actually got the stuff. We're gonna make them tonight. We're gonna make mushroom pizza.
Okay.
Peppers.
Well, mushroom is something that goes on all my pizzas, just like tomatoes.
Yeah.
Pepperoni, peppers, and what else? Oh yeah, I threw in some bacon today.
Well, Allie's not a big fan of pepperoni, so we're just having mushrooms and some bacon on it. But
okay, I might sound like an idiot, but we got kielbasa sausage up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you guys have the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And is she okay with that too, or it's too close to pepperoni?
No, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to ask her about that. I just know she's not a fan of pepperoni. So,
because here's the thing, we're working class people, so we manage our money fairly. So we buy kielbasa, which is cheaper than pepperoni. Except when I make.
Do you like kielbasa sausage? Okay. Yes, she likes kielbasa sausage.
I heard that. So that would be a good substitute because that's what we always put. Except when I do overtime, then when we do grocery, we actually buy the pepperoni and package at Costco.
That's
wow, Joe, look at you. My God.
Yeah. I'm not messing around. You guys are having fun talking, so I'm sitting here doing it.
I know. like 70 says, we're hijacking your show, Joe.
You're not hijacking my show. I love listening to you guys yak, man. You see how fast I'm whipping it out.
Careful, careful how you say that.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
Phrasing. That's the word I was looking for.
Where's Martin at?
Phrasing.
Where's Martin at with the phrasing, right?
Mind you, the view count might go up. It depends.
It depends on who's watching.
That's right.
Right.
Ariel. Oh, yeah. Ariel Ballet. She's sick, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been having some medical problems. She's been in and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Admiral Teague is here. He says
Teague.
hail to all of us. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Just working on the book, man. Oh, I hate that when it switches to eraser when I don't want it to. I hate that.
But because when it comes to those kinds of jokes and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
Ariel and Lady Five Elements.
Yes.
Those two girls are just terrible together. They're
the greatest, man. They're the greatest.
Yeah. Lady V's just
she's a force of nature, man.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
I keep telling her she's a keeper. She calls me a motherfucker, so I don't know why. I'm being nice to her. Maybe she thinks I'm being sarcastic. I'm not.
Could be. Let's see.
Well, I've got my keeper, so
there you go.
Oh yeah. No. There's again. I might say I love you, John, like a brother, even though you're not my brother.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean I love my brother less. You know what I mean? So,
right.
So if that makes any sense,
makes all the sense in the world, bro.
Good.
Really does.
Excuse me. Another great American invention, which I'm very happy.
Milwaukee.
Oh, I love that stuff. Since I tasted it like 7 years ago, that's all I drink now.
Old Milwaukee.
But according to Gary, he said, "Oh, you sure can pick him, Chris. That's shit beer." Never mind, Gary.
Yeah. Well,
if you like
different strokes.
It's not shit.
Different strokes for different folks, man.
That's
what you're into. That's what you're into.
Yeah. If I splurge once in a while, I'll get some wheat beer or some blonde beer. Mm-hmm. That's the good stuff, like the Belgium stuff, or we got some stuff up here, microbreweries up in Canada. Mm-hmm. Wheat beers. Oh, man, that's good stuff.
Is it?
Yeah. I can't drink beer. I'm allergic to hops. So
I'm not really a beer fan myself. It's just I drink it so I don't end up smashed all the time on my Jack Daniels, because Jack Daniels will take you out if you don't watch it, man.
Oh yeah, I know. Just double the ice cubes, Joe. You should be okay.
Ice cubes. Maybe you haven't seen. I drink it by the shot, bro.
I know. I've seen that.
I don't water that shit down.
Every hour on your gaming night, it's like top of the hour, time to do a shot.
That's it.
Well, for our St. Patrick's Day stream, whenever that turns out to be, I'll be doing straight single malt. So
there you go.
Okay.
Scotch, huh? You a Scotch man?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what do you like, Johnny Walker? What?
I'll be back.
Oh no, I drink Glenfiddich usually.
Okay. Cool.
But it can't be too peaty for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's got too much peat. I'm not a real big fan on that. That just it tastes like dirt. I'm like, nah, no.
Too earthy, as my wife likes to say, because that's why she won't touch mushrooms. She doesn't like mushrooms because of that. So
Glenfiddich is
all right.
Probably the one most common I drink.
Now, John.
Yeah.
Look what I got for Christmas from 70s Rock Fan.
Oh, nice.
Single malt.
Ragamore. I think it's an Isley, isn't it?
Was that?
I think it's an Isley, isn't it?
No, it's Scottish.
Well, no, that's...
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Isley, that's like the region it's from.
Wait. Speyside.
Oh, it's a Speyside. Okay.
Yeah, Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. And up here in socialistic Canada, our beer stores are like you can't go to the liquor store we have the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, and it's owned by the government, it's ran by the government, but it's got everything under the sun. So Brian actually bought this for me and got it delivered, and he bought it off the state-run store. So it's delicious.
Cool.
But-
Yeah. Now I haven't tried that brand, but that's Glenfiddich is a Speyside, so I'd probably like that because it's not too peaty. That's what I like about the Speysides. They're not as peaty as Highlands are.
Okay. Well, it's Brian's favorite, so that's what he told me. So I'm like, all
You know
right,
what?
cool.
That is too thick, isn't it, guys? Yeah, it looks too thick.
Yeah, it is.
I was trying to do something different there, but that's okay.
Phrasing. Oh, Jameson. Oh, Admiral Teague. I must agree. Jameson is delicious whiskey.
Jameson, he says.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I drink with great sorrow from a New York Jets pint glass. Don't be sorrowful, dude. I was never sorrowful when the Seahawks were losers, man. I just, I wish they'd win, but they're still my team. They're still my team. Okay.
Well, if I'm getting any whiskey, I'm getting probably the Centauri Toki. I think that's how you say it. That or the Hibiki.
I don't even know what you're talking about there, but
Japanese whiskey.
He's a bartender.
Yeah,
I'm a bartender. I was fixing to say it's not from the States, or I'd know what it is.
No, it's Japanese whiskey. Japanese whiskey, I think, tastes a little better than American whiskey.
Okay, so let's see what it looks like if I turn the sketch off. Now that I've got that panel pretty much done up in black. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
Looks very nice.
Looks pretty good. I've got some cleaning up to do, but other than that, it looks all right.
Save, print.
Yeah, you can tell he's definitely surprised.
Yeah, that's all you're worried about. You're just trying to convey the emotion, right? Let's see. I gotta clean this up a little bit. And then all I have to do once I'm done with this is do the details on the boat. And that I'm not going to work on today. Just don't have the time to really get started on that. But I figured I might be able to punch this out today. Let's see. That line needs to come in here. And I'm just going to overlap that.
But to add to Admiral Teague, he says U.S. states have state liquor store, Connecticut, and I believe Massachusetts too. All the blue states usually have state-run store.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. State-run liquor store?
Yep.
Yeah, there's no such thing as private stores or anything. Mind you, you go into the province of Quebec, they also have their state-run store, but you can go buy beer, alcohol, and wine at the corner store.
I was fixing to say, dude, Louisiana's a little different, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy booze at damn near every store there is.
Oh, yeah. Same way Missouri.
Yeah. But there are dry parishes and counties. They're just very rare.
There's dry counties in Missouri too, but
yep.
You can go to Dollar General, or not Dollar General, but Dollar General. Some Dollar Generals have wine now.
Okay, so all I got left to do is do the details on this boat, which I'm going to do outside of this show. So that's pretty much every panel right there on the first page. Now, if I wanted to get started on the next one, here let's watch the video on this real quick. And
that's what's cool about this program. I like this.
The time lapse replay. Yeah, I think it's cool too. You can actually see what it looks like. From beginning to end, what I did, I started on the boat first.
That's pretty fancy, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it's neat shit, man. I dig it.
Well,
And I always have to give kudos to my daughter. She's the one that clued me into this program and everything. I would have never done this if it hadn't been for finding a tool like this, because I'm always so afraid of screwing up my sketches. I'd have had to have somebody else ink it. You know what I mean? Because I'd be afraid to do it with actual pen and ink. You know, so.
Funny how our little girls come over and save us. It's like me there. I was looking for a tool to clip YouTube scenes. My daughter's like, "Oh, try this, Dad." Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's what it looks like from beginning to end.
Nice.
Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I get from beginning to end, how I do this. Now, real quick, bear with me. I'm got to go on my phone because this is where the pictures are stored.
What's that picture I just saw on your phone there? That didn't look like.
Well, if you must
the
know,
background picture. What is that?
That is Foxy as a witch.
Oh wow, that's your wife,
bro. No, it's an AI picture with her face superimposed.
Oh, I was gonna say, wow.
Okay. She used to work. She used to look like that at one time.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Okay, so easiest way to find it is going to be under, because I really need to put these all in one folder. So I have to go to live photos, and they're easy to find because, yeah, there we go, right there. All right. Now, the second page of the book is, hang on, bear with me. You guys see the first 6 pages at the beginning of every broadcast, by the way, if you hadn't noticed.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually show them at the beginning of it. Okay, so I'm going to share this to my pad. You should see it pop up pretty quick, too. It will overtake everything on my pad here in a second. Okay, there we go. And whammo. And I'll take that. And then I think I'll be able to put it into the program from here. Yeah, Procreate. Sending to Procreate. Uses a thing called AirDrop. Between Apple products, you can do that. Well, actually, with anything, you can do it as long as you got your Bluetooth on and you're accepting stuff. And, you know.
Okay.
But anyway, here we are. We've got a new file opened up. Let's see. Actually, hang on. That's still in the photo file. We have to come in here. And it should have already imported. Let me go to the gallery. There it is. It's the first one. Okay, so there is the picture, right? And it's ready to go. So it's ready for me to start working on it for page 2, right?
Nice.
And what you're seeing here is that Hind helicopter doing a strafing run on the front of the Coast Guard cutter, and guys running for cover is what you're seeing there. So, you know.
But the helicopter's not that good, because I seen Rambo take that out with explosive arrows. So.
No, he didn't take it out with an explosive arrow. No.
What was it?
He used a law rocket on one, I think once. I can't remember exactly, but he didn't use no explosive arrows. I mean, yeah, I could see that happening, I guess, but
I think I'm mixing it up. I haven't seen Rambo 3 in like 30 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I remember he had like explosives, arrows, and stuff like that. He was shooting.
Yep. Well, the first thing I need to do is set the borders on this thing. So let's go ahead and get that done first. Got to set the borders.
But you know what, gentlemen? I will cut out. My pizza's ready. It cooled down. And I don't want to be, eating pizza on your stream, Joe. That would be rude.
That would be rude. But I'm glad you stopped by, man. It's always good to yak at you, dude.
So I needed a break from prep. Now I know why Brian hates it so much.
Dude, that's work, man. That's work.
Matter of fact, it's a labor of love. It's work, but I enjoy it.
It is. But that's why I do live stuff and I don't do videos. Making videos, editing videos is a pain in the ass. It really is. It
is. And That's why I do about one a month, one every 2 months live stream. That's it. I was thinking of doing videos. Not ready to get into that yet.
Yeah. Well, you've got a full-time job too. So,
well, full time, 38, 40 hours a week. I don't know if that's full time.
Yeah. All right. Well, go eat your pizza, man, because we're about to shut it down here anyway. John's got some football to watch, and I've got to go to work. So take care of yourself, Christian. It was good to see you.
You too, guys. Thank you. Later.
Bye, Christian. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
And on that note, boys and girls, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and wrap the show for today because we've pretty much finished one page, and we're going to start on the next one. I just don't want to do the details on that boat right now.
Yeah.
it's you want to talk about drudgery. That is drudgery right there. But anyway, let me let you guys know what's going on with the channel real quick. Of course, you're watching Sketching the Privateer. It's the story of America's pirate Patriot. It's coming right along. I have made a New Year's resolution to work on this more. And now that I'm not sick, I will definitely be doing that. So be sure to tune in and see what's going on with the progress of it every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Now, Monday, it's going to be John's last broadcast during the morning time on Pop Culture Minefield. We're going to do Military Monday with Gary, and we're going to do, at his request, Battle Los Angeles, movie starring Aaron Eckhart. You know him probably better for I, Frankenstein, or as Two-Face in the Dark Knight. So definitely want to check that out Monday morning at 10 a.m. On Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then It's Only Talk and Roll comes your way at 4 p.m. Central Time on Mondays. But this week, Brian's going to take care of some issues he's having with his computer. And he's going to come back on the 22nd with a meeting of the Canon Film Club with Cobra. We're gonna do Cobra a week from this Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time. And then at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'll be leaving his show early in the future because the Brothers Hack the Matrix is moving to Mondays. And just like It's Only Talk and Roll, it won't be on this Monday, but it will be starting the 22nd at 6 p.m. on Mondays. The Brothers Hack the Matrix. So I think we're going to change the name of it to Matrix Mondays with the Brothers. So be sure to check that out. It's our weekly political show where we show you all the different headlines of the clown show that is 2024. Check that out, 6 p.m. Central Time on Mondays. And this Tuesday, it'll be Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, and I'm going to play some Beyond Two Souls, one of my favorite games ever. Video games, cocktails, and fails at 10 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, it's the premiere of State of the Atmosphere for 2024. Because of some work and sickness, I haven't been able to do it yet this year, but we're going to clue you in on all the entertainment stuff that's coming this year, all the movies and shows, and we're going to talk about our resolutions for the year. That's the preview show for 2024 of State of the Atmosphere at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then about a half an hour after we sign off, John will be starting his game day evening run on Pop Culture Minefield. He's going to move to the evenings instead of the mornings. And Wednesday is for Uncharted. And then Friday at 8 p.m., he'll have Baldur's Gate on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. So be sure to tune into that. His new time is 8 p.m. on Wednesday and Fridays on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then Saturday, we'll have another get-together for the NFL pregame party tailgate crew for the divisional round of the playoffs. We had a good show today. If you missed it, go watch the replay. It was a lot of fun. You still got time to watch it before the kickoff of the game. I think it doesn't kick off for another hour or so, huh, John? So you can still check out our predictions over there.
Yep.
Go check it out. We had a good time this morning. But it will be Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time to let you know what's going on. Divisional. Of course, we're going to recap this weekend's games and then talk about the matchups in divisional weekend. And that is it for this week, boys and girls. I'm actually cutting my schedule down to one video game stream a week, which breaks my heart because I enjoy those. That's my relaxation time. But Hey, that's just the way it goes. Actually have a Sunday show coming. Pay attention to Jed Revenwolf's Twitter feed. He's already starting to announce it here at the last Sunday of the month. Looks like the Roadhouse is coming back. So, and he wants me to be part of the crew, and I gladly accept it. So, be looking forward to that too. Anything else you want to let him know about, John?
No, that's it. You cover everything. You take care of.
E. Clay Thomas is on board with the Dolphins, brother.
I see
Look
that.
out. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's good to be the king. Everybody's against you. You know, that's just the way it is.
Hey,
you know,
Clay,
I'm rooting for the Dolphins too. Huh?
I said, E. Clay, prepare to be disappointed.
Right. Yeah. Well, hey, I just hope they're good games. That's what I'm worried about. So,
yeah.
So for myself, Christian, thanks for dropping by, brother. I know you're still listening. And John Das Wolfen, we want to thank you for being here. And until we see you again, I want you to keep on keeping on. God bless.